Trump's tariff deadline is nearing. The US reciprocal tariffs come into effect on 9th of July. Negotiations are now on the top priority list for countries seeking low tariffs from the US, and for India, it is a very crucial time. India was one of the first countries to announce early negotiations with the US. The Indian delegation is in the US holding back-to-back rounds of negotiations with the US representatives, and 6 meetings have been done by now. Over the past few days, the White House has also indicated that a deal is coming through well between India and the US. On July 1st, Trump reaffirmed that India and US will soon strike a deal with much less tariffs, allowing both countries to compete. He also said that he has signed a deal with China already and said that they're not making a deal with everyone. Some will get a thank you note and higher tariffs. He has imposed 55% tariff on Chinese goods, out of which only 30% is new. Now, this makes it a 4% gap between India and China's tariffs, as reciprocal tariffs on India are at 26%. Reports say that India is expecting US to maintain a 10 to 20% gap between tariffs imposed on China and those imposed on India. Now, coming back to the India-US pact, what is India's stand and what countries are going to benefit from this? Is India going to benefit more or the US? Let's understand. The deal is a bilateral deal which targets to increase two-way trade to $500 billion by 2030, up from present $191 billion. This is a part of Trump's current goal to reduce trade deficit between the US and other countries. Reciprocal tariffs on India stand at 26%. If no deal is cracked, then on July 9th, this will come into effect. But what are the demands of the two countries? India has taken a firm stance regarding duty concessions on US agricultural products. India aims to secure tariff reductions in sectors employing large number of workforce like textile, gems and jewelry, leather, apparel, plastics, chemical, shrimp, oil seeds, grapes and bananas within the framework of this proposed deal. And as per the Global Trade Research Initiative, duty-free access in these sectors is crucial to make the deal politically sellable at home. So it has a political importance too. These labor-intensive sectors alone contribute over $14.3 billion to India's exports to the US in FY25. Tariffs on these goods currently range between 8 to 20%, especially high on garments and footwear. US wants duty reductions in agriculture and dairy sectors. However, India has a problem there. Now, if this is granted, then these sectors will become politically delicate, as Indian agricultural workers operate small farms for basic sustenance. On dairy sector too, India has consistently maintained a closed dairy sector across all its free trade agreements with international partners. US is also seeking duty reductions on industrial products, vehicles, wines, petrochemical items and more. But who will gain more from this deal? Now, the deal is expected to usher in lower tariffs, make US products more competitive in India, and particularly in the energy, agricultural sector and defense sector and aviation sectors. As per the Finance Ministry's monthly economic review, given India's higher average tariffs compared to the US, the bilateral trade agreement could give advantage to American exporters. India is seeking complete exemption from the retaliatory tariffs. India-US trade stands at $131.84 billion in FY25, making India a key trade partner to the US. As per CRISIL report, the US imports to India might increase, but Indian exporters might see limited benefits, as most of them already enjoy duty-free access into the US market. India's growing energy requirements could also be benefiting from this partnership between the US and India, as it will also partner with US suppliers, especially in the LNG space, leading to price stability and long-term contract sustainability over crude oil. India is also a major arms importer and US is a leading arms exporter. So the defense collaboration might strengthen between the two countries. While India's resistance in broader agricultural access remains tight, imports of US items like walnuts, pistachios and cranberries could increase. India's exports to the US have increased to $17.25 billion during the April to May months alone in 2025, indicating that US tariff increase averaging minimal 10% in early April had a very minimal impact, but a 26% could have a bigger impact. So all eyes are on the deal announcement. Will India be able to crack a deal before July 9th is what we are watching out for. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. And like, share and subscribe to ET Now for more such news and views.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.